Hello, everyone, and welcome to Birdeye Live, and the show dedicated to the digital transformation of businesses everywhere. I'm your host, Justin Meredith, and join me as we learn from industry experts about how to make smarter decisions with more actionable insights. If you're joining us live, we'd love to hear from you. Please drop a quick hello in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. Don't forget to follow Birdeye on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're getting this live stream, so that you don't miss any of the amazing content that is published every day. Now, we have got a pack session lined up for you, and I'm not flying solo. Let me introduce today's guest speaker, Manila Rauniyar. Manila is the Senior Director of Product Marketing here at Birdeye and has been leading the charge in telling people about the incredible updates coming out of Birdeye. Welcome, Manila. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Thank you, Justin. I'm doing fine, and I know your sessions are loved by the audience, so very excited to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited to have you here. We've got a lot to get to. There's been some incredible updates lately. It's been a really wild year of 2024 for us at Birdeye. There's been all kinds of amazing things coming through the pipeline. The Birdeye workshop has been busy, and the reason why I'd like to have you on today is I'd like to dig more into some of the most recent updates, specifically with Birdeye's competitors AI and Insights AI. Now, to set the scene, I want to basically let's pretend that, like, let's say that we are a business, and whether we have one location or 1,000 locations, it's absolutely crucial to be able to understand and measure your online presence, but between your search ranking, social media presence, Google reviews, and listings, it can get really messy in terms of trying to keep track of everything and actually getting an accurate picture of what your business looks like online. And that doesn't even include, so if you have 1,000 locations, that's very, very difficult. In addition to that, you also need to not just know where your business stands online, but how you stack up against competitors, whether on a national scale, a local level, a regional level. It's important to know when or how customers are looking at you whenever they're looking at their options online. So, when it comes to this, is there anything that Birdeye can help with this?
No, absolutely. I think you spoke about insights in competitors AI. Now, we recently introduced both these offerings. And then we've been speaking to customers. We've been taking initial feedback from these customers, and we can already see how these offerings are upping the game. Clearly, both Insights AI and Competitors AI has the ability to power your brand and reputation strategies. So basically, what they do, right? They offer deep insights on your reputation, on your discoverability, and customer sentiment, both for your business locations as well as your competitors. Now, that to me is super powerful. Like, who doesn't really want that? And while customer intel is one core value, it also makes it easier for businesses to review success and take pointed actions, right? How? Basically by using a unified score, which is also called as Birdeye score. So to me, Birdeye score really is an honest assessment of your business health and even customer experience for that matter, because you can then measure both. You can use these scores to then measure yourself against industry averages and competitors, and then track how you're progressing over time. So I think that's pretty immensely helpful for the businesses.
Yeah, there definitely is. It's awesome that you can have a central or just a one number or one metric that can give you a clear picture or a high level overview or picture of what your business, whether it's a location or multiple locations, looks like online. And there's a lot of tools that do something similar, but what actually goes into it? Because you know the having the number is great, but I think knowing what contributes to that score and how you can improve upon it is what's really important. Being able to know, okay, we have this score, but I know what we need to do in order to make it better, to grow that presence. What actually goes into the Birdeye score? How is that calculated?
Yeah, that's a great question, especially with the call out that you made that we've got multiple scores and enterprises may just get overwhelmed or users may get overwhelmed. So let's first spend time understanding how Birdeye score works. Okay, now Birdeye score actually is made up of three crucial matrix. One, the reputation score. Now, if you look at reputation score, it consolidates your ratings, review counts, and responses into a score to give you a comprehensive view of your online reputation across locations. Okay. The second one is sentiment score. Now, this is my personal favorite. I also define it as your voice of customer treasure box. This is where all the AI magic happens, right? Especially as our AI engine is industry specialized, meaning that it is able to pick up right sentiment in the context to your industry, right? And that is what the difference is, honestly. Now, this is where all the customer feedback from your online reviews, from your internal surveys is pulled into one central repository and analyzed to show you how your customers feel about your business. Now, this is to me very important, as this is what feeds into your customer experience programs, so to say, like loyalty programs, like retention programs, right? The third one is around listing score. Now, this is the score that tells you about the online discoverability health. And it is pretty critical because, unless you get discovered, you'll not really get considered or you'll not really get purchased, right? And the listing score factors how accurate your core listing profiles are, how complete your Google business profile is, and what is your SEO rank. So with listing score, you can control your online presence and improve visibility across locations, which is pretty much the starting point, right? So these are those most critical, elements of Birdeye score, which sort of feeds into that score to give you your business health. So that's how they are composed.
That's amazing. I mean, just from what we're able to see on the screen here and seeing how it combines these different data points, and it's quite a lot, to understand, like to be able to pull the sentiment score, which means you have to look at customer feedback and understand not just keywords, but context of what those keywords and what the customers are actually saying in the review. I feel like that's a big
Yeah.
deal. And it takes a lot of data and a lot of computation in order to pull that, and the same thing with your reputation and listing scores. There's a lot of calculations and things like that happen, and especially from a whole lot of different places. How often is the Birdeye score updated? Whenever if you're a business and you're wanting to see where you're at, how often is the Birdeye score updated?
It's pretty much real time. So it's not that you ought to wait for weeks to really get the actual real data, because by then things would have moved. It is real time.
Wow. So in real time, we're able to pull all of this data and provide businesses with a very clear picture and to show them exactly where they're either, lagging behind or whether they're really ahead in something, is really amazing. I mean, you can even look at it here on the screen. You can see that you can compare yourself against your industry, which in itself is a great tool. And so how does competitors' AI help business understand how they stack up a little bit more in detail? Is there more than just this industry average or that
Yep.
businesses are looking at?
Yeah, let me pull up one more chart actually. So competitors AI is a pretty advanced intelligence tool. Okay. It starts with first helping businesses benchmark themselves against their core competitors across key parameters, as you'd see in the screen. And then you get a very super cool AI summary and recommendations to what are the right actions that you could take to sort of improve or progress, right? Now, while that is a high level, view, it also helps businesses to go really deep to identify core strengths and weaknesses against each of your competitors in a very simple, consumable manner, right? Let me move one chart and then show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, look at this, okay? This is more of a strength and weakness quadrant, I would say. And this is exactly where you're seeing your strength against your competition, wherein you're seeing your weakness against your competition, and where you're also seeing your competitors' strength and weaknesses, right? And with something like this against each of your competitors available in real time, imagine what is possible. You can absolutely play on your strength, you can bridge your gaps on your weaknesses, really leverage the opportunity window that you get when you realize that there is a negative sentiment against your competitor and you start playing on that, right? And this is one thing that's resonating really well with our early users or customers who are sort of, giving us feedback. To me, it adds so much clarity and sharpness in how businesses can operate with confidence, right? With the right data.
That is incredible. I mean, just to be able to pull something like this up at any time and see exactly how you stack up against your competitors is incredible.
Mm.
I mean, I'm thinking about if I were, if this was, I don't know, 3 years ago and we didn't have this type of technology, we didn't have these types of tools, and I was working for a business and my boss comes up to me and is like, Justin, we need you to find all of our competitors in our area, and I need you to examine all of their reviews and listings and understand what are their customers saying that they're good at, what are they bad at, and then I need you to look at our own and provide me with the synopsis of everything and show me exactly how we stack up. I'd be like, sure, boss, I'll be back in 2 weeks because it's going to take a long time to pull all that by myself. And to be able to just do that in real time is insane. I mean, I feel like this is one of those McKinsey level type of SWOT analysis that, people will pay ridiculous amounts of money for, and it takes a lot of time. And you get
True.
this in real time, so it's updated. So it's, if I were to do it, the results would be 2 weeks old. But like, this is right here, right now. That is amazing. Now, another major aspect of a business online presence is, you have your Google business profiles, you have your listings, you have all of these sites where your business could be, found online, whether it's, Angie's List, things like that. There's all these different places where people leave reviews. But one of the most major aspects of a business's online presence and their reputation is their social media. And the social media, for a lot of businesses, it's their biggest sales channel. It's the way that they communicate with their customers. It could be one of the most important parts of their business, depending on how they operate. So how does social media come into play when it comes to these capabilities?
Right. And I was waiting for that because we absolutely cannot close this conversation without talking about social, right? Especially with the adoption of social media, it has become a core venue to engage customers, build brand, and it is pretty much a hotspot for local marketing now, right? Let me use another screen and show you quickly. Now, with competitors AI, we've got a module dedicated for social. Okay, you can actually monitor what your competitors are doing on the most popular social platforms like Insta, Facebook, LinkedIn, every day. So and imagine that information that is available to you pretty much real time. You can accordingly prepare your social strategy, right? So your social strategy doesn't needs to be reactive anymore or run in silo. Imagine the situation, just to ease the thing. You're nearing Christmas, right? We all are nearing Christmas, and you see your competition rolling out offers and promotions that is direct, and that is really a direct and timely cue for you then to go back and uplift and amp up your campaign, right? You know what your competition is offering now, and this actually is the opportunity for you to make your offers more appealing and targeted, right? So if you did not have this view, which means you perhaps would be not able to take any counter actions, which to me is direct loss of sales and revenue. So with competitors AI for social, you can monitor your competitors live feed, engagement, audience growth, and all these are critical to make your social strategy proactive, like I said earlier, right? So with social as well, we're giving you this ammo to be really to really have a very superior social strategy and very targeted, which is against competitor and sort of resonating with your local customers.
That's amazing. So in real time, you're able, and it's I've been a social manager in the past for a business, and one of the things that you think you can do is keep an eye on your competitors just by following them on Twitter or on Facebook, but you start to realize pretty quickly that that's not a good method. There's so much other noise on social. Like if you were to look at your timeline and you think that, okay, well, I follow all of our competitors, I'll be able to keep an eye on them. But on the day-to-day grind, you're not constantly looking at the timeline of yourself. It doesn't quite work realistically on a day-to-day basis. But being able to actually have a dedicated area on, or a section of this platform that actually shows what your competitors are doing, especially when it comes to, like you were saying, like the holiday promotions. I mean, my mind immediately goes to, like, if we were an automotive repair shop, and the holidays are coming, and you can immediately see that the other guys down the street are offering a 20% off oil changes for the holidays promotion. You see that immediately, you say, oh, well, we could do that for 25% off. And you immediately can, tack on, right. You tack that right there in real time, and you can make these changes, and you can, make these different strategic moves to, outperform your competitors. And that's on the social side as well, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to competitors, Insights AI, like understanding the Birdeye score, this social media aspect, who do you think will find the most value from these features? Where can these capabilities carry the most impact for a business?
That's an interesting one, and I can speak to it basis the feedback that I'm getting and the users pattern that I'm sort of looking at with our early customers. Now, if I look at the actual users currently from large multinational enterprises, I see both CXO and their minus ones are the ones who are really the decision makers sort of cohort, using the platform for insights to build larger strategy. Okay, like which categories to further invest in, what are the trends around that, or which locations to maybe restructure with right resources, right? Where is revenue sort of declining, and then sort of connecting it to maybe pervasive recurring patterns that the data is throwing at you. And then on the other side, we've got users that come in on a more frequent basis to get insights on maybe at a location level or a category level, which could be as ground level as the hygiene is an issue. Okay, maybe for a restaurant, imagine this, that they figure out there's an hygiene issue. Maybe there's longer wait times, which is causing customers to return or not be so delighted at the end of it. Now, this is sort of voice of customer insight, which can be taken by the manager level to take immediate actions and fix it, right? So the tool is pretty elaborate and pretty deep, has actionable insights, I would say, for both the levels, which is the CXO decision maker levels for long term strategy, and the managers for sort of short term actions to improve and create impact, right? So I wouldn't really say it's either or, it's across layers.
That's amazing. I mean, I know I said that a lot in this, but this is one of those, like, I geek out when it comes to the data of this kind of thing, and just being able to look at these and quickly understand on just such a large level. Like, if you have 500 locations, I just can't imagine how you can actually keep track of any of this stuff without these types of tools. It's truly remarkable. This has been such an insightful conversation. I mean, competitors and Insights AI clearly offer game-changing tools for businesses that are truly looking to stay ahead, especially in 2025, where the online landscape is going to change. There's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of new players, and that's part of the reason why we're going to be having a conversation next Tuesday, or on Tuesday, December 17th, to talk about how businesses are supposed to prepare their local SEO and their online strategies for 2025. As we've been seeing kind of in the later half of this year, we've been seeing some movement when it comes to Search GPT, for example, Perplexity. There's other search tools now that people are starting to pick up on, and those algorithms, they work differently than the Google algorithm. These AI search engines, and they can still bring up local results. They can still bring up, who's the best pizza place near me? Where's the best dental office that's close to me? And they can talk to Chat GPT and get these answers, but it works very differently than Google. It's not the same, 10 blue links that people are so used to, especially, for SEOs who are so accustomed to Google. Now there's multiple other platforms that they have to think about, and those platforms pull information from all kinds of different sources. So the landscape of local SEO is going to be completely transformed in 2025. And so that's why we're meeting with one of my favorite guest speakers on our webinars, Steve Wiedemann. He's one of the leading local SEO experts in the country. And he'll be joining us on Tuesday to dive into what's going to be shaping the local landscape of 2025. And we're going to be talking about how you can prepare, what you can do to start making sure that you set yourself up for success on these new search engines like SearchGPT and Perplexity. And we're going to really dig in, and we're going to do our best to provide answers to all of the audience's questions about how they actually can make sure that they're still showing up at the top of the search results page, regardless of where that search results page is. And you can find more information about that webinar and the link in the comments. But if you want to learn more about Competitors AI and Insights AI, you can also click the link in the comments. I think we'll have this posted in the caption or the description of this live stream, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook. We'll make sure to have those links ready for you. And thank you so much, Manila, for joining us today. This has been a really fun conversation. I feel like we could probably have like 10 more questions we could dig into, and this could be a full webinar in itself. We could be here for an hour, but we're getting near our time. So I just wanted to say thank you. And, you and the team have done an amazing job with these latest updates, and I'm excited to see what 2025 brings.
Hey, thank you so much, Justin. The pleasure was all mine, and I'll be joining your next webinar for sure. I love insights from Steve on listings, and this one is going to be a key one.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and I'm hoping we can dig in, because part of that's going to be with insights and competitors, understanding how you stack up, and so we might be able to dig into that too. So definitely be sure to register for that. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. Again, don't forget to subscribe, follow us, like us, what all the different terms are on social nowadays. We have an amazing team that has been publishing some incredible content that's focused on helping you succeed online. But I think we'll have one more live stream in 2025, so be sure to stick around. But until then, we'll see you on the next episode of Birdeye Live. Thanks.
Customer expectations are higher than ever. And for local businesses with limited resources, meeting these new demands to stand out from the competition can be a struggle. Meet Birdeye, our very own AI purpose-built to power digital customer experience. With Birdeye, local businesses of any size can deliver personalized experiences, elevate business outcomes, and better understand their customers without adding resources. Birdeye powers all the Birdeye tools your business already uses, enhancing your entire customer experience with personalized, contextualized, and human-controlled AI. And making the most of it only takes a couple of clicks. You can use Birdeye to rewrite your Google business description for SEO. Effortlessly engage your customers with fully personalized AI-generated review replies and messages. Create attention-grabbing social posts, from text to design, in a click of a button to grow your local presence. Even use AI to summarize your reviews, messages, and survey responses to learn how to improve your customer experience. And you can do it all without needing additional team members or spend. Birdeye gives your team the ability to personalize and elevate every customer interaction, from review responses, messaging, social, and beyond, at scale. Respond to every customer review in a way that's relevant, meaningful, and in the language your customers prefer, with auto-translate. Increase conversion over messaging with contextualized responses that demonstrate a deep understanding of your customers' needs. Birdeye even helps you think ahead. It automatically identifies trends and spots areas of improvement based on vast volumes of customer feedback, helping you dig deep into the true sentiment behind every piece of feedback. Innovative and easy to use, Birdeye powers all the tools to attract, convert, and delight customers behind the Birdeye platform. Birdeye, AI built for local business.